Welcome back into WTOL 11 this morning. I'm Caylee Kirby. So glad to have you with us this Saturday. Hey, thanks for joining us here on WTOL 11 at 6. You know, in the break, we were talking about gas prices and if we go look for them or not. Right. And I'm not one of those people that goes and looks for gas prices.
Sometimes it's not worth it, right?
No,
but
not
if there's some savings involved, I will travel a little bit.
I've got to tell you, Matt, I don't usually like pumpkin-flavored things. But the pumpkin cream cold brew is a little bit different. You gotta try, well, you don't like coffee.
I don't like pumpkin. I'm a picky eater, so I don't like pumpkin. Sorry.
All right.
Or pumpkin spice. That is.
Welcome into WTOL 11 this morning. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Caylee Kirby. We've got those stories and more, but first, let's get a check of our forecast. Chief Meteorologist Chris Vickers here. Chris, we've got some dry weather to start our Saturday, but you're tracking some storms rolling into our area.
Dry, but how about the humidity? Those levels are quite high this
You can feel it in here, too.
You really can.
We now have body cam video of officers responding to a deadly house fire in central Toledo. The video shows officers in front of the home on Klondike Street Thursday afternoon. You can see them helping a man out of the house, and he tells the officers someone else is inside. That's when officers kick open the door, and you can see thick, dark smoke rushing out. Police identified the woman killed as 32-year-old Rhonda Scott. The Lucas County coroner said she died from burns and inhaling smoke, but she also had blunt force injuries, meaning someone hit her. Her death marks the 20th homicide in Toledo this year. This is also the 5th fire-related death this year. Toledo Fire and Rescue investigators say someone set this fire on purpose. They're asking you to call Crime Stoppers if you have any information. A suspected serial robber is behind bars. Sylvania police say Willie Hopkins could be connected to as many as 9 armed robberies in Sylvania and Michigan in the past month. Hopkins was arrested in Michigan yesterday and is being held in Washtenaw County Jail on $200,000 bond. The former head of a local charity has been found guilty of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from said charity. Linda Green was the CEO of Impact with Hope, formerly known as ISOH Impact, for years. Her husband founded the charity, with Linda taking over after his death. Yesterday, a Wood County jury convicted her of 4 felonies, including aggravated theft. She will be sentenced in October. Well, someone's been vandalizing Toledo's parks to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Our Michael Sandlin says that money will come out of taxpayers' pockets. The proposed amendment that would place abortion rights into Ohio's Constitution continues to move forward, surviving another appeal to the state Supreme Court. Several Republicans had filed suit saying activists failed to include on their petitions the language of state abortion laws that would be repealed if the proposed amendment passed. The Supreme Court ruled unanimously against the suit, clearing the way for the proposal to be on the November ballot. A major figure in Toledo theater has passed away. Gloria Malopoulos died Thursday at the age of 92. She served as the artistic director for the Toledo Repertoire Theater for many years. Malopoulos also directed dozens of high school musicals over 20 years at St. Francis, Notre Dame, and Central Catholic. A roads project that was expected to take 6 weeks has wrapped up early. The new roundabout in Point Place is officially open. This is right at the intersection of Ottawa River and 108th Street. Work began in mid-July, and at the time, we were told it would take 45 days to complete. But cars, as you see, are now making their way through the circle less than 4 weeks after the project began. Here's a sweet story for your Saturday morning. A reunion after a baby arrived a little too quickly in the Spangler Candy Company parking lot. This family was just blocks from the hospital when the little girl was born. Our Tatiana Cash was there for this meetup with the people who helped bring her into the world. Hawaii is facing the deadliest national disaster in decades. Stay with us to hear from residents whose lives are changed forever. Well, check this out. A water main break flooded the streets of downtown Toledo earlier tonight. This was the scene on St. Clair Street with water spanning the block between Jackson and Adams. Utility workers are trying to get the break under control. We checked in just an hour ago. The flooding had gone down and utility workers were still on the scene. They don't know if there will be a boil advisory. Tonight, U.S. Senator J.D. Vance is sharing his thoughts on the Nashville shooting and gun laws in our country. He says we need to do a better job of making sure that people who are mentally ill are not able to take a loaded firearm into a school, and that more attention needs to be put on making sure mentally ill people get help. Although the senator stopped short on pushing for more laws to be introduced, he believes we need to do a better job of enforcing current legislation. Hurricane Hillary is barreling towards Southern California as a Category 1 storm. You heard Matt say that just a minute ago. It's expected to make landfall soon in Mexico's Baja Peninsula. California's governor has declared a state of emergency. CBS has the latest from San Clemente, about 60 miles south of Los Angeles. Thanks so much for joining us. We've got those stories and more coming up in just a few minutes. But first, there's a little bit of a chill in the air. Let's get right over to meteorologist Matt Willoughby. Matt, I put on a jacket today and sweatpants.
Yeah.
And I'm not happy about it.
Honestly, yeah, I put on a sweatshirt this morning.
The two men accused of cheating during a Lake Erie walleye fishing tournament have pleaded guilty. Jacob Runyon and Chase Kaminsky were scheduled to go to trial in Cuyahoga County today. However, they reached a plea deal that dropped a couple charges. Prosecutors say the pair stuffed weights inside fish during the tournament in an effort to win the prize money of nearly $30,000. They face up to a year in prison along with fines when they are sentenced in May.
Why am I? Someone's.
I gotta represent.
Okay, and I heard some laughter, and I had to keep my face straight to figure out what was going on. Matt has officially, he said, my weather duties done.
It's game time. I'm heading down to New
Game
Orleans.
time, baby.
It's game time.
Thanks for joining us. Leading Edge is next. Have a great Sunday, everyone. Bye.